Hello. Okay, I'm going to move you guys a little bit closer. For some reason, it wasn't wanting to grab my camera, so I had to create a whole new link. So I don't know if anybody will be able to join this live, but it will be on YouTube for whoever wants to watch the replay of it. But hello, my name is Mariah. It's so nice to connect with every single one of you guys. Hopefully my audio is okay. And I really created MintMind because I wanted a platform with meditation, hypnosis, bedtime stories, basically tools for you guys to enjoy. If you are having trouble with confidence, if you're having trouble with getting to sleep at night, whatever that may be, I really wanted to create a hub that was easily accessible and fun, relaxing. A place where you can get multiple different types of things, whether that is something to support you in a new chapter of your life or sleep training in a way. But today we're going to be talking about something a little bit more spiritual. We're going to be talking about mantras. Mantras are just a great way to connect within. And a great tool for spirituality, a great tool for reframing the mind as well. So if you are needing any assistance with bad thoughts, right? Recurring negative voices within the head, this will be something that will really help you refocus. So we're going to be playing around with that today. Some of my favorite affirmations, mantras that I use are going to be in here. And I've also kind of created different sections of it. So different sub mantras, I guess you'd say, for different reasons. So the first thing that I want to talk about before I get into the mantra work is talking about confirmation bias. So we subconsciously look for evidence to confirm our bias, whatever that bias may be. A lot of the times our biases will come from negative beliefs that we have about ourselves, or really any belief that we have about ourselves, the world, who we have to be as people, as a husband or wife or sister, brother, whatever it may be. And so we look for evidence that confirms that bias. Now, the bias can be, the world is great, right? The bias could also be, I'm worthless. So we're looking for evidence to support or confirm that bias. This is where repetition can really either be our best friend or our biggest foe. Repeating something gets to the subconscious mind, and you can emphasize on different words while repeating the same statement to give the meaning a different color. So it'll evoke something that's slightly different, a different feeling, while getting the same larger theme across. So the first category I have is shakeups, or reminders of free will. And those are, this is my life. That's a very simple affirmation or mantra that you can repeat over and over and over again when you're in moments of the mundane, a routine you really don't like, feeling stuck or between a rock and a hard place. You can repeat the mantra, this is my life, right? This is my life. This is my life. Or even, this is my life. They have different feelings, but it's the same overarching theme of, this is my life, I have free will. Another one that I'll use is, life is now. And this is something that I can use if I really need that shakeup in a business idea or something that I'm procrastinating with, right? Life is now, life is happening now, it's not waiting for us. Another one is, I am awake. I am awake will help clear the fog too. I can turn the page. I'm the author, right? Feeling uncomfortable moving into a different chapter of life. I am the author. As far as manifestation or good fortune, there are a couple here that I really love to play with. One of my favorite ones is I get paid to be my authentic self. And I used to have this actually written. Yeah, I've got it right here. It's probably going to be backwards, but I get paid to be my authentic self. It's one of my favorite affirmations. I get paid to be my authentic self. So especially if you're an entrepreneur or you make passive income even, this is going to be a great mantra for you. I get paid to be my authentic self. I get paid to be my authentic self. Everything is working out best case scenario. Another fantastic one. I don't know how this will serve me, but I know that it must. Especially if something here is a little off, it's not really unfolding perfectly. Don't know how this is going to work out or serve me, but I know that it must. You're looking for evidence of how this is going to serve you. I trust in the perfection of divine timing. That's a great one, especially for those of us who really want to force or push things sometimes. Divinity has its own timing. I surrender to the current of the divine universe, or even divine timing. That feeling of surrender. This is another one that I absolutely love. Show me how easy this can get. That one's self-explanatory, especially when things are difficult or when it feels like you have to pour so much energy into it that leaves you depleted at the end of the day. Rather than feeling depleted at the end of the day, show me how easy this can get. I am a magnet for the best things. Just that word magnet. This is one of my favorites. I'm a magnet for the best things. As far as peace and rest, I've got a couple good ones here, especially for those who are overproductive. Even when you're laying in bed at night, you're thinking about all the things that you have to do the next day. Or if you are a parent and constantly feeling like there's so many energies pulling at you throughout the day, this is a great one. I am exactly where I need to be. I'm exactly where I need to be. Another is peace or rest, or whatever you'd like to exchange that word with. Peace is my birthright. This is for a lot of us who feel guilty taking the load off. Take a moment to just chill. Peace is my birthright. Rest is my birthright. Joy is my birthright. My body is leading me into sleep. This gives a state of surrender. I don't have to do anything. We're not working at the body to go to sleep. In fact, we're following what the body does naturally. My body is leading me into sleep. Another mantra I love for rest is very simple. Be here now. Be here now. This is a reiteration of I'm exactly where I need to be. There's nowhere else you need to be but here. When I work with clients on our hypnotherapy clients, and I'm getting them into a nice state, I'll tell them there's nowhere else you need to be but here. This is time you've set aside for yourself. So these are things that you can tell yourself before you go to sleep at night. This is time I've set aside for myself. I will be even more effective and productive tomorrow if I get the most fulfilling rest. The most fulfilling rest. As far as health goes, in the health category, I have I'm naturally called to things that nourish my mind, body, and spirit, right? Especially if you're trying to lose weight. This is a great mantra. So you're looking at everything through this lens, right? Not only sleep, right? I'm naturally called to things that nourish my mind, body, and spirit, but what foods, what exercise. So the more you repeat these mantras, the more they get into the subconscious mind, and the more they start to alter whatever lens you're looking out at the world through to confirm this bias or affirmation or mantra. Because what we look for, we will find. For health, look at what my body does naturally. This is great if you struggle with the way you perceive yourself in the mirror, is honing in on the magic, not exterior, even though there's a lot of magic exterior, but what's going on internally to all the functions that are required in order for you to just be here now. That will benefit you. So look at my body, the magic of my body doing what it does naturally. There are a lot of things that we don't even focus on because we're so pulled in many directions, but there's so many different systems between your reproductive endocrine system, your nervous system, digestive system, so many systems within the body having to communicate, having to work together so that you're breathing right now, so that you're blinking, so that you can walk, so that you can even think your cognitive function. It's infinite, and it is magic. Well, it's science, but it's magic. The beauty of science is magical. We can also do just a one-word mantra here. So infusing the body with one word, and we can choose any word. We can choose health, we can choose youth, we can choose ease, bliss, right? My body is ease. My body is bliss. My body is youth. And youth doesn't necessarily even have to be something that is exterior or something visual. It can be an energy that we're embodying, a youthful energy. For motivation and daily struggles, if you're on the day-to-day just having lots of challenges and you're needing a little bit more motivation in life, these are some things that will assist you. The first one I've got is, if I can't get out of it, I'll get into it. And what that means is, for example, if you can't get out of cleaning your house, you're like, I really need to clean, then get into it. And sometimes that means making more of a mess than is already there. So maybe have some time rolling around in the dirt or getting dirty in your garden and coming inside, tracking in some dirt inside. Sometimes spilling a little soap on the floor. If you create a little bit more mess, you can kind of get into creating the mess and then have fun cleaning it. But you can associate this to everything. Even if you're a student and you're studying, if I can't get out of it studying, I'm going to get into it. And so maybe that is getting yourself your favorite beverage, setting up your favorite study music. Maybe it's creating a little fort of pillows so you can feel real nice and comfortable and just completely focus on the work at hand. So whatever you can't get out of, get into it. And it changes the energy. It's just those small little energy shifts, very much like tiny habits that compound over time. If you're struggling, this is another good one. Step by step in faith reminds you that sometimes these mountains can seem very large, especially if we don't look at the mountain of challenge and we just kind of like keep trying to shove it under the rug. It seems a lot bigger than it is. But if they say the only way to eat an elephant is bite, bite, bite. And it's very similar to these mountains of challenges that we have step by step. And I like to add in faith because it gives that level of surrender, of being led, of having a path before you, of being supported. So step by step in faith is something that I'll use. An old one you probably have heard of is this too shall pass. And this goes for great moments, right? This too is going to pass. So let's receive every drop that we possibly can. And also in moments that are heavy and challenging, this too shall pass. It's temporary. Even if you're going through heartbreak or a heavy emotion, this too shall pass. One that my sister uses, my baby sister, shout out to her, is I'm the sky, not the storm. So when chaotic things are happening around you, right, you're not that. You are above that. That is something that you are just experiencing, right? I'm the sky. I'm not this storm that's swirling around. It gives a sense of clarity as well, of a choice that you can remove yourself from the situation and look at it objectively. And not only removing yourself, but removing yourself to a place of clarity, right? Not within the storm, but outside of it. Another option is just kind of reiterated from one of our previous sections. I don't know how this will serve me, but I know that it must. Looking at any daily struggles, any challenges, trying to harness a sense of motivation. I don't know how this is going to serve me, but I know that it must. And it gives you a sense of an appreciation for your challenges if you're able to look at it through the lens of this is somehow going to be serving me. As far as refocus and rebalance, this section has a couple of my favorites. What I focus on, I will feel, right? This is a reminder that where we're putting our energy, that's what we're going to feel. That's what's going to be amplified. Where my focus goes, my energy flows, another one of that. Another simple one I love to use is inhaling something specific and exhaling something. I'll use this a lot in my meditations, especially for Mint Mind. It's a great way of, one of my favorites is inhale openness to receiving, and exhale whatever you want to let go of, any resistances, any part of you that's rushing the session today. So it could be inhale clarity, exhale calmness, whatever that's for you. Also, doesn't necessarily have to be personal, but it can be something for the community as well. So inhale openness, exhale good karma for all, exhale world peace. That's fun to play with. And then lastly, I've got a couple of spiritual mantras. And so these are the ones that you probably have heard of more in the spiritual sector, the spiritual realm. And they're basically to just open up the heart and silence the mind. One of them is a Tibetan Buddhist mantra that means the jewel in the heart of the lotus. And that is Om Mani Padme Hum. And it means the jewel in the heart of the lotus. So just repeating this Om Mani Padme Hum over and over with your breath, and then releasing your mantra and holding on to the energy that it gives you. If you find your mind wandering, use it as a compass back to opening your heart, silencing the mind. Another one is a Sanskrit term that translates to truth, consciousness, and bliss, and that is Sat Chit Ananda. Sat Chit Ananda, and it means truth, consciousness, and bliss. In areas of my life when I have meditated the longest, I would do an hour to 2 hours a day. When I was going through some really deep, intense grief, this one really helped me. Sat Chit Ananda. If you have followed, there's a couple of yogis out there that have used this in some of their meditations as well. So that is the gist of it. So again, just a short little recap. The power of mantras is to get into the subconscious mind. The power of repetition is to get into the subconscious mind, and you can use confirmation bias to serve you. So confirmation bias is you have a bias and you're looking through the lens of that bias out at the world at how can I confirm this bias? And so that can work in your favor or it can work against you. If you have the bias that I'm worthless, you're going to be looking for evidence of that. If you have the bias that I don't know how this is going to serve me, but I know that it must, or I'm getting paid to be my authentic self, you're going to look for evidence of that. We did all different types of category: shake up, reminders of free will, manifestation and good fortune, peace and rest, health, motivation and daily struggles, refocus and rebalance, and also spiritual mantras. And my personal favorites out of all of these are I can turn the page, I'm the author, I get to pay to be my authentic self, everything is a working out best case scenario, I don't know how this will serve me, but I know that it must. I trust in the perfection of divine timing. I'm exactly where I need to be. I'm the sky, not the storm. And Sat Chit Ananda. I'm sending you guys lots of love. Of course, this is my time to connect with you guys. And so if you have if you're needing something, let me know. So if you're having trouble sleeping, if you're having trouble with confidence, if you want to lean more into your creativity or your femininity, masculinity, whatever that may be, just send me a comment. You can comment really on anything, and I take notes. And I curate this channel with you in mind. So I hope that you really take that to heart. And I hope that you know I'm not just a robot out here, that I am a human being wanting to be of service and wanting to create something that's powerful and resonant and useful for you. So feel free to comment, feel free to engage. I love connecting with my community. I feel like YouTube is the best platform. And so if there's something that you're needing, let me know. Anyways, I'm sending much love to you guys. And I will see you next Wednesday at same time, 11:30. And hopefully it will recognize my camera and everything will be good. 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. All right. Much love.